Here we go, boys and girls. Here's my Game Week 2 team reveal. And look at those fixtures this week. How juicy are them? Liverpool versus Burnley. Mo Salah's on 98 goals for Liverpool. Can he score 2 more today? And then, obviously, the other standout ones for me is City versus Norwich. And then, obviously, tomorrow, which is not there, we have United versus Southampton. Ooh, what could happen? Can Brentford batter Crystal Palace? They're looking a little bit worse for wear. Let's go quickly to my team. Here we go. I've got Bachmann still in net. I've got Aileen versus Everton at home. Leeds for the first time in the EPL. It's going to be roaring. Soyuncu. I've messed up, guys. I've messed up this week. I'll talk through it in a minute. But I've got Soyuncu there. I've got Trent. I've got Soyuncu because out of everyone that I could afford for 5 million, he looks the most likely to get a clean sheet. Trent, obviously, against Burnley. Come on. Jota might not start, but hopefully, come on, get a goal. Now, I've captained Fernandes. It's between Salah and Fernandes, but, United won 9-0 last year. Southampton, to me, are weaker than they were. I just can't take that risk, even though I think Salah's going to be well on it for his 100th goal. And Bueno from Brentford, and I don't know if you watched the highlights or the game last week. I watched the game, but he did a turn in the box. He just looked lightning. So I'm hoping that he comes up with the goods. Plus, he's only 5.5. He's playing Crystal Palace. I've got Mo Salah and Greenwood. I don't really need to say much about them. I think Greenwood's going to play. Danny Ings, come on, you need to start. I mean, he scored a penalty, but, a couple against Newcastle would be good. Iheanacho didn't start last week. Really disappointing. He was on such high form at the back end of last season. Come on, get him started. What are you doing? Right, anyway, so let's just talk about how I messed up. And Bueno here. I had a nightmare. Who did he have in the centre? I had Traore. Okay, so one lonely night, sat crying over my FPL team who didn't, everyone else, well, a lot of people did better than I did, but I had a good week, don't get me wrong, 96 points. But he looked so good, and I had Traore in, and he didn't even start. Now, he came on and got a penalty. I probably shouldn't have transferred him out at that point. Ben White I should have just played him, but I had Veltman at back and it said he wasn't going to play. It come up with a big red exclamation mark, so I thought, I'm not playing Ben White against Chelsea. They could get absolutely battered. But I'd already made the Bueno, and then I put Soyuncu on. If I could go back in time, I would have left Traore and I would have changed Veltman, and that's what I would have done. But I messed up. You move on. I took a -4. My team's looking pretty tasty. It'll all be worthwhile if Soyuncu gets a clean sheet and Ben White absolutely messes up again. And if Bueno scores 18 goals, I'll be happy. What's your team? What's your regret? What's your mistakes? Let me know. How could I do better? Who's going to win? I am. Whee!